Hey, Donald, what are you going to do? Like, what is your main promise for the American people when it comes to the economy?
I gotta drill, baby, drill. That's all I gotta do. Okay.
This is JD Vance talking about the deal with Iran, which, by the way, just in case, if nobody knows what's going on, there's no deal. There's no deal at all. What this is a memorandum of understanding, right? That's what that is. It's just an agreement to make an agreement. That's all it is, right? And Donald Trump has already screwed that up. Yeah, it's already done. It's already done. And just like that, they closed the Strait of Hormuz again, right? Which is going to lead to even more days, right? More every day that the Strait of Hormuz is closed, the worse it gets. Right now, we're seeing this gas price phenomenon happening where it's still somewhere around $4. Sometimes it's even under $4, but let's just call it $4. It's still somewhere around $4, right? And the reason why that has been the case is because we have here in the United States what's called a strategic reserve, right? The strategic reserve is in case something like this happens, they're able to back up the market with oil that they can then refine into gasoline, and then we can get through the crisis, whatever that crisis may be, and then keep stable the price of gasoline in our country. We're down to the lowest that it's ever been, and we're some 2 to 3 weeks away from it being run out completely. Now, when that happens, what is going to happen to gas prices? It's not going to go to 450. It's not going to go to 475 or 5. It goes right to $7, just like that. $7, $8, $9, just like that. And then we start rationing, and then we start to see a total collapse of the worldwide market. And that's where we're heading right now. Now, what if they do open the Strait of Hormuz today? We're still going to see massive high gas prices because the Strait of Hormuz is closed. We get most of our oil from there, and our refineries, which are built mostly for that side of the world oil that we then turn into gasoline, not our oil. We produce more oil than any other country in the world. We are the top producer. You know who got that done, by the way? Joe Biden. That's right. Remember when Donald Trump would be on the campaign trail, and they would say, "Hey, Donald, what are you going to do? Like, what is your main promise for the American people when it comes to the economy?"
I gotta drill, baby, drill. That's all I gotta do. Okay. I gotta drill, baby, drill.
And you're looking at him like, hey, jackass, the United States right now, because of Joe Biden, leads the world in oil production. Not only do they lead the world in oil production, thanks to Joe Biden and his administration, but they also now lead the world in its entire history of oil production. That's how much oil was coming out of our ground during what was the Biden administration. But yet Bobo doesn't know that, so he's making it look like we need even more oil. We need more oil. So what are you going to do for the American people?
I gotta drill, baby, drill. That's what I gotta do. I gotta drill, baby, drill.
But then you probably wonder to yourself, well, okay, so now that we've been doing this drill baby drilling, and before that, with Joe Biden, you just said that Joe Biden was the one who gave us that title. Okay, great. Well, so what is that doing for us? Nothing. I mean, it's giving us more to trade with. That's what it gives the United States more opportunity to make money with the oil that we have, that many people around the world love. It's a very sweet, light oil. Our refineries are not built for that, though. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like we have zero, but it's like 20% of our refineries. If all 20%, let's go to the higher side, let's say 30%. Let's say that 30% of our refineries can actually refine our type of oil, which is a light, sweet oil. Theirs is a heavy, dense, sour oil, right? But let's say that we can do that, and we do 30%, and they all start refining all of our oil. It's not enough. It's not enough. We use 20 million barrels, 20 million barrels of oil per day. We're down to 320 million barrels. That's where we are. Okay. And the bottom of that strategic reserve is unusable. It's a sludge that is unusable, right? So whenever we get to that, I don't know, like 20, 15% left, 10% left, that's not usable. That's when you see gas prices skyrocket. And that's exactly what is going to happen. You can expect that to happen. Donald Trump is the worst president we've ever had, the absolute worst negotiator the world has ever seen. But this is something that we all have to deal with. This is JD Vance talking about some of the things going on when asked the question about it.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. You were just saying that you're hoping this deal would prevent Iran in the future from getting a nuclear weapon. But from what's been put out there of the MOU, I'm curious, how does the MOU reflect that in the future Iran will not, in fact, get a nuclear weapon? What's stopping them from down the road, to your point, rebuilding and restarting from where we were pre the war?
Well, number one, they would have to get a lot of money in order to rebuild the nuclear program. You're talking about billions and billions of nuclear infrastructure that the United States destroyed. In order for them to rebuild that program, they would have to get a lot of money.
And just so everybody knows, like, this dingbat is talking about how much money they're going to need in order to be able to rebuild. The Obama administration, when they made the deal with Iran, who was not anywhere close to building a nuclear weapon, and the deal was working perfectly, and we had no money being charged to anybody through the Strait of Hormuz, all of these things, it was perfect. There was nothing wrong. Iran was in check. Nothing was happening, right? But then he says, in order for them to be able to do that, they're going to need billions and billions of dollars. So sort of like the $300 billion that Donald Trump is going to give them in the form of investments, and also allowing them to sell their oil, and also lifting every single sanction. You mean that kind of money? Yeah, because they are going to have that kind of money. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going on. That's what is happening right now.